Welcome to part two. um, if you haven't seen part one, we just went through the week, the current week, because of course we have one show left, one that I will talk about. But overall, one of the best weeks for WWE. um,
Top tier.
top tier week. That voice crack.
That voice crack. Excuse me. All right, let's
All
go.
right, so if you didn't watch episode 8, A, go watch episode 8. It's
What are you doing?
a good episode. But B, I lost the game again. So I was tasked with watching a show that Robby picked, and Robby actually didn't pick a bad one for me this time, which I was so happy about.
Yeah.
He picked Backlash 2000.
Now
So we're just gonna get started, huh?
I can't say based on experience of having watched this show, it's actually a good show. So
It
hopefully
is.
you thought the same.
I I'll give my full grade right now, and then I'll just head into the matches. I gave it a B minus. B minus.
That's
Um,
fair.
a B to a B minus just for a couple matches. That really didn't hit the ballpark as far as I
Right.
thought it did. Um, but we start with a really good match in my opinion, which was Shelton Benjamin versus Ric Flair. Um, yeah,
Who would have thought?
I gave this match a 4 out of 5. Um,
Yeah.
this was a really good opener between these two. And this is like 2004 Ric Flair, so it's somewhat past his prime, but he's still somewhat there.
Yeah.
And this is like prime Shelton Benjamin at this point. Well,
Exactly.
slightly before his prime Shelton Benjamin.
Because there ain't no stopping him. No.
uh, this is Shelton Benjamin right after he beat Triple H twice.
Right. Which is
So, and that's what they actually based this match off of. The fact that he
of
beat
course.
Triple H. um, but no, this was Shelton Benjamin got the win. Um, really good match. So that's all I have to say about that one. Um, Jonathan Coachman versus Tajiri. Yeah, I gave this a 1 out of 5.
What do you mean? Best match on the show? Come on.
To be fair, it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, but it still wasn't good. It was not good.
That's
Jonathan Coachman got a win.
yeah. A match not good, and Jonathan Coachman. I mean, it goes
Yeah.
together.
So, I mean, it was a 1 out of 5 for me. It was very short too, which was probably the only good thing about it. So, but yeah, Chris Jericho versus Christian and Trish Stratus. This one was better than I would have expected it to be, because I expected the entire match to focus on Trish Stratus. You got close as hell to the camera.
Sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen, this show is turned into a mukbang.
Yes.
My boy was eating a donut while we're recording.
The boy got hungry. He had to go for food. It was originally just for a drink, but then I saw the donuts. I'm like, you know what? I want a donut now. So I got a donut.
But no, we never claimed to be professional on this show. So,
We're far from it.
Chris Jericho versus Christian Trish Stratus. Like I was saying, I fully expected this match to only focus on Trish Stratus, and it didn't. It focused on Chris Jericho and Christian quite a lot actually, and those are two great wrestlers. But overall, solid match. I gave it a 3 out of 5. Solid match.
All right.
Victoria versus Lita. This one got a 3. It would have been a 4, but I hate Jerry Lawler on commentary during women's matches.
He's he's not good when it comes
No.
to the women's matches.
It was a solid match though. I will say that. Victoria won with the deadliest move in all of professional wrestling, the roll up.
Very devastating.
But I did write a couple notes on this match specifically. I said Lawler's trying to be dirty and Ross is not having it. Like
Good.
Jim Ross was shutting him down at every moment.
As he should.
Like Lawler asked Ross, which one do you like more? And Ross said, I'm happily married.
There you go. There you go, Ross. There you go.
And then the other thing is Victoria went for a lead assault, like Lita's move, and she botched it. Like the original plan, I'm guessing, was for Lita to roll out of the way, and they basically tried to do that, but Victoria's head landed on Lita's shin. It looked horrible, and that was the
Oh,
second botch of the match because the first botch happened fairly early in the match. They went for a collar elbow tie up. This was the second one of the night and of the match, and they go through the ring ropes, and I think it doesn't show it, but it looked like Victoria spiked herself.
my lord.
So, but overall, 3 out of 5. It was a solid match. Um, just that botch and Lawler's commentary took it down for me.
Right.
Randy Orton versus Mick Foley. I did not fully watch this match because I've already seen it, and it's also one of my favorite hardcore matches. So it definitely got a 5 out of 5.
There you go.
Although I will say, Mick Foley actually said publicly that this is his favorite match that he's ever had.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
La Resistance versus the Hurricane and Rosie. So this got a 2. And I wrote something down for this one too. I said too much Eugene.
Oh god.
That's also a note I could have put for this whole show.
Just too much Eugene.
Too much Eugene. Because there was a segment right before, right after the Jericho handicap match, where Eugene walked into the women's locker room and tried, yeah, you see his eyes? You see his eyes? And tried to get an autograph from Gail Kim. And I guess they were trying to play it off as funny, but it was very cringy and very uncomfortable.
Eugene, bruh.
And then Molly Holly came out, and they're all just screaming at each other. And Molly Holly came out without her wig on because this was when she was shaved bald. And
Yeah.
Eugene tapped her head and started screaming. it they
Oh.
again they were trying to play it as funny. I didn't find much amusement in it, which I have no problems with the Eugene character.
Right.
I think up until like they turned him heel, they played it fairly well without offending anybody. And plus, the reason I don't have a problem with it is because that wasn't a WWE main character. That was Nick Dinsmore's idea.
Right.
To become Eugene. But no, it was just cringy. Eugene throughout this whole show was just bad. He actually made it so that Hurricane and Rosie won this match up.
All right.
Edge versus Kane. I gave this a 1 out of 5.
Okay.
This was a really boring match. I think like nothing happened in this match. The only eventful thing was the ending, because the whole like stipulation of the match was Edge had a cast on. The whole stipulation was if you use this cast, you are suspended. And in the end, Edge low blows Kane, uses the cast, hits a spear. But overall, this match sucked in my opinion.
Okay.
And that sucks for me because I'm actually a huge fan of both these guys.
Right.
But Edge and Kane, like there was no chemistry there in between them. It was a really boring match. Like yeah, I even wrote really boring 1 out of 5. Okay, let's get serious for a second.
Oh.
Before I talk about the main event, I need to clarify. I am a big proponent most of the time, because there are some people that don't do this, of separating the art from the artist. When I talk about Benoit, not talking about the person, I'm talking about the character itself. Benoit, the person, I do not condone. I have no personal feelings towards it. I like to stay out of that situation. I will not be giving my opinion. That being said, with Benoit the character in this match got a 5 out of 5.
Yeah.
There's a reason Meltzer gave it best match of 2000. Because it was really good. And
Right.
Benoit, as much as I don't like the person, again, not gonna clarify. But I can just say I don't like the person or what he did. He was an amazing wrestler.
Hmm.
One of the best in the ring.
Despite what he did, you can't take that away from him.
Yeah, despite what he did, you can't take that away. He'll always be part of these shows, as much as WWE tries to take him out of it, because literally in the description of the show, it said Triple H and Shawn Michaels compete in a triple threat for the World Heavyweight title. It does not mention Benoit's name.
Yeah.
Which it's very understandable why it doesn't mention his name. And if you guys don't know what happened, because I know there are some people here who are not wrestling fans, if you guys don't know what happened, look it up. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, Google it. We're not going to explain it.
Look up Chris Benoit because we're not going to explain it. But no, overall, I gave the show a B minus. It was a very good show, and I'm actually really glad you took pity on me.
Yeah. You're
All
welcome.
right, we're gonna hop into our personal wrestling question. A little more upbeat than what we're doing now. I have two. We're gonna start with the more positive one.
Hmm.
And when the other one's a little negative, but not really. It's all
Okay.
opinion. It's all opinion right now. What is a dream match? If you could book any match, like say you had a time machine or you can bring anyone
Right.
back to life, a dream match between a modern WWE star or a modern wrestler in general and a legend.
Ooh. You know what? We're talking
And the legend can be dead or alive. I forgot to say.
these particular two people in their prime,
Okay.
not right now. Undertaker versus Sting,
Ooh. Okay.
but only
So
in each respective men's prime. Definitely not now.
yeah. So I'm gonna throw a curveball because there are a lot of like obvious ones I could say.
Right.
But I want to put this one into the minds of people. We're talking in their prime, which one of them is already in their prime. And we're talking, um, we can use like time machines, bringing people back from dead, if dead or alive, basically.
Right.
Gunther and Bruno Sammartino.
Oh. Oh. That'd be a banger.
That'd be awesome.
I'd be down for that.
Right? That like there's all the obvious answers that we could do. Big Show versus Andre is one of them. John Cena versus Hogan, which I don't know why that's a dream match, but
I
whatever.
don't know either.
But no, Gunther versus Sammartino would slap.
Literally.
When I'm able to play 2K again, I may play that. Honestly.
Hey, let's go.
The other one. This one is a little bit of a thinker. What
Oh.
show did you like when you were younger? And this is a wrestling show. Did you like that you were younger? That now that you're older, you look back on it and you realize it wasn't as good as you thought it was.
Mm, probably WrestleMania 2, honestly.
Okay.
What WrestleMania 2 was probably one of the first shows I watched all the way through.
Mm,
And I thought it was a good Mania. But now looking back, it's one of the worst
one of the
Manias of all
worst.
time. After seeing so many other Manias or just overall wrestling shows in general, it's one of the worst
Okay.
shows out there.
So mine is more modern. It's more recent. Well, I say more recent compared to Mania 2. Um, it's the first pay-per-view that I watched actually. Royal Rumble 2013.
Okay.
It's still a decent show, but it was also like I think the reason that I liked it so much was because it was my first full exposure to pay-per-view wrestling.
Right.
Like I've seen Raw and Well, Raw. I wasn't allowed to watch SmackDown. I don't know why.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
I think it's because my dad worked on Fridays and I wasn't allowed to watch wrestling without him at that point. um, but yeah, so I watched Raws before that, but that was like my first major pay-per-view exposure, and I loved it at the time. But now
Right.
looking back at it, it's a decent Rumble show, but it's not one of the best. So that would be my answer. Okay, so we're probably gonna get the show done in either 2 or 3 parts. It's gonna be two because I don't know how much. I mean, it's gonna be three because I don't know how much time we have left on this. Because we're not playing 2 games today. We're playing one.
Yes.
One game. Well, one game.
It's a game, but it's like 6 games in one.
Yeah, we're playing Wrestling Trivial Pursuit. And I'm gonna add in. I'm gonna take out FKA, and I figured out how to do this. We're gonna do guess the theme song. We can share our screens to do it. But the way we're gonna do this is whenever we get guess the theme song, I don't care how we do it, whether we close our eyes, whether we blindfold, we cannot be looking at the screen when the other
Okay.
person's pulling up the theme song because we're going to be sharing our screen.
All right. I don't know
So
if I
whether
can do
that's
that, but
look away.
no, I don't know how I could share my own screen because
I thought you
I'm
were
not
able
on
to.
a computer.
Oh, then never mind. We won't do that. I thought you were able to.
Yeah, it
Yeah, we
doesn't look
won't.
like. Oh wait, yeah.
Oh, no.
Well, there's a share content button.
No, I don't think it's the same thing.
I'm guessing it's the same thing, but I don't want to test it right now.
Yeah, we're not going to test it. So we'll just do FKA instead. FKA, if you don't know, is called formerly known as. We will pull up a wrestler and give one of their former names, and we will try and guess who it is.
All right.
So, with that being said, we are going to flip a coin on Google to determine who gets to get the chance at the first point. So, Robbie, heads or tails?
All right. Last night we did this, and I always go heads, and I chose tails both
It all
time,
it always flips. It already
and it
flips, so be
backfired.
careful.
I'm gonna say heads.
It's tails.
I hate this. I actually hate this.
And you know what? No, you said tails both times
Hmm.
last night, and it went heads. And this time you said heads, and it went tails. That being said, I get the shot at the first point, and I didn't say this before, but of course, this has been how it's been for a few episodes now. Winner of this game, because it's the only game we're going to be playing tonight. Winner of this game gets to choose a show for the loser to watch.
Yep.
So, with that being said, my first game, the first shot at a point for me, is going to be FKA, formerly known as. So, Robbie, pull up a wrestler and give me a former name for said wrestler. And with all of these, we do get hints. They do vary based on the game. Um, with FKA, we get 3 hints about the wrestler if need. And
Yep.
I'll just explain these hints as we move on, as we do game to game.
Alrighty, let's see what we got here.
Last time we played this, and I said this in part one, last time we played this last night, I was ahead the first time we played. And then I got timeline like 3 times in a row, and I kept losing.
He did. He did. Did not end well for this man. But it ended great for me, obviously. All right. I had a person in mind, but when I was looking at all his formerly known as names, it's just like his WWE name, but
it's
with
it's
different. last names.
It's the first one.
Okay, I have my person.
Okay.
Holb.
Say that again.
Holb. Holb. Holb.
I don't like you.
Your boy
That's
got
the
no mercy.
first round.
I don't care.
Yeah, I'm gonna need my first hint, please.
All right.
Man said
He
Hobe. Like I know that.
Holb. He is a former ECW World and Television Champion.
Okay, so this is before WWE CW then.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, second hint, please.
He was a former SmackDown Tag Team Champion.
Oh crap. Okay. That helps. Hang on, give me a minute. You know what? Just give me my third hint while I'm thinking because I'm pretty sure I have an answer. I don't remember if he was ever ECW World.
Um, his finisher is the same finisher that like 10 other people use.
Yeah, I know. Hang on, let me just no. It's Rhino.
Yeah, it's Rhino.
Okay. And it's the same finisher that 10 other people use. It's also my favorite version of that finisher.
Go.
God. For those of you who don't know, gore is just a spear. For those of you who
It's a
don't know,
spear.
a spear is just a tackle. That's
If you watch football, you know what a spear is. There you go.
All right. Your first game, regular guest. I'm sorry.
It's a good donut.
That was the biggest bite I've ever seen.
Oh my god.
Man's like, ah.
I could say something right now, but I'm not going to.
Okay, let's keep going.
Okay.
So you got regular guess the wrestler. Basically,
All
how
right.
this
I'm
works,
scared.
it's a game of 20 questions. I'm gonna pull up a wrestler. He has 20 questions to guess what the wrestler is or who the wrestler is. We got a hint at 10 questions, 15 questions, and 17 questions. Let's have a 20 question hint, but that's only when he gives up. And I
Yeah.
say when because no, I'm just kidding.
All right.
I'm sorry, that threw me off. I got to think of a wrestler.
Okay.
It's the first round. Should I do it?
Mm.
He gave me hold.
Hob.
It's good. If I can spell his name right. Oh, I spelled his name wrong, but that's fine. I got it.
Oh no.
I got it. All right. So whenever you're ready.
All right. I gotta finish chewing. All right.
This is the most unhinged one that we've done. And there was one where your cat was involved.
I mean, I can go find her. We can make it even more unhinged. Oh, okay. Um. All right. Is this person alive?
Yes.
Are they active?
Yes.
Are they in WWE?
No.
Do they work for a major promotion right now?
I'm gonna say no because they work for All Japan.
Yeah. I guess it's a major promotion, just not US.
It's not in the US.
Did they ever work for WWE?
Yes.
Did they win any titles?
No.
Okay. Is that the only major promotion that they worked for?
No, they did work for one other one, but it's not in the U.S.
Okay. Did they work as a tag team competitor?
Not in an established tag. I don't know
Oh,
if they ever. He worked like as a part of a tag team, but it was never an established tag team. It was a
right.
very short tag.
All right. Was he a jobber?
Towards the end of his career, yet.
Okay.
I'll tell you right now. I'll give you a mini hint. Most of his time in WWE was spent on the ECW brand.
Oh, that's not good.
He did
All right.
switch to like SmackDown at some point, but that was really when his career was up. And by the way, that major promotion outside of Japan, I mean outside of the US, because I don't think you're gonna give it away. I'm losing my words.
Yeah.
New Japan.
Figures. Okay. All right. And are we at 10 yet?
You're at 9.
Frick. Okay. Stupid question, but I'm gonna ask anyways. Is he American?
No,
Yeah,
that's
I
the
figured.
that's the borderline filler question for this game.
Yeah, pretty much.
We just want to get to our.
Just gotta get to the hint.
Sorry. This hint won't help you a lot, though. I'm sorry.
Oh man.
PWI ranked him number 78 in the PWI 500 in 2010. That's it.
78. Did he win any titles in New Japan?
Yes. Not the ones that you would first think of.
Okay, then that's not gonna help me then. Um, the person that he teamed with in WWE,
Yes.
are they still around in WWE today?
Not in WWE, but in a major promotion.
Right. Uh, are they over the age of 40?
Um, he is 46.
Okay. Okay. I'm just gonna throw a person out there. Yoshitatsu.
That's correct.
Oh my god. Jeez.
It is Yoshitatsu. That is correct. You're 17. It was going to be that he beat up Sheamus.
Yeah. I forgot he did that.
All right. SmackDown Hotel guest the wrestler.
Alrighty, boys. Let's go to the hotel where we get done with the smackness. All
So,
right.
quick explanation for this game because I know at this point in our YouTube channel, this may be your first episode of the Watch Party, which if it is, hey, we got a bunch more episodes on the channel.
Go check them out.
So they're all awesome. Well, in my opinion,
Is there?
they're all great. There are zero dislikes on any of them, which that's a true fact.
Is it?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Um, but the way Guest Wrestler SmackDown Hotel works is Robby or me will go to the SmackDownHotel.com. We will pull up a wrestler's profile and basically give all the information on the profile except for their name. And the person has that and 3 hints available to guess who it is. So, do you have the wrestler?
I do.
All right, we have our 10-minute warning. That is okay. Whenever
All
you
right.
are ready.
This person is a man.
Okay.
He is born July 23rd, 1998, so he's 25. His nationality is England. He was birthed in Jersey, Channel Islands, United Kingdom, billed from United Kingdom.
Okay.
He is 5'10", 182 pounds.
Crazy.
He has been wrestling since 2018. Currently wrestles in WWE on NXT. He is a face, and his finisher is a frog splash.
I have two answers, and I'm debating on which one to say first. Which this is a 3-guess game, so technically it doesn't matter. So I'm gonna go Charlie Dempsey.
Nope.
Nathan Frazier.
There you
go. Okay. It was one of the two. We'll keep going on this part until someone gets 3 points, or until the timer expires.
Yeah. What is it? 2-1.
It is 1-1 right now.
Oh,
2-1.
okay.
2-1. 2-1. Because I forgot I got 2 now.
Yeah. Wow.
Trivia. Time for you to
Alrighty.
play trivia. If you guys don't know what trivia is, I'm not explaining that one.
Come on. Travago, let's go.
Travago. John C. Roman Reigns. Hotel Travago. I'm trying to think of a trivia question.
That's probably the hardest part about this.
Yeah.
You gotta think
that's the hardest part of trivia, is thinking about what you're gonna ask.
Exactly. I guess I don't know. I'll probably start looking up some questions. So when it comes to me, I'll be ready.
I have a good one though. We've done questions like this one, but I don't think we've ever done this one specifically. All right, Robbie. I have a question for you.
All right.
According to WWE, recognized by WWE, and let me sort it by that just so I know. Okay, it's the same. So, according to WWE, who held the NXT Tag Team Championships for the least amount of time?
Team or specific
Team.
person?
Team.
Okay. Tyler Bate and Trent Seven. Mustache Mountain.
That is correct. Mustache Mountain. Combined, recognized by WWE, it's 22 days. But in reality, it's like 2 days.
Yeah.
So.
Man.
All right, here we go. It is 2-2.
Yes, sir.
After these next rounds for each of us, we will go to part 3. Hey, look, it's time for me to play trivia.
Fun. I'm still trying to look for a question. Because, like, literally, I went to a site that said, like, the hardest WWE quiz ever. And then the very first question was, the team of The Rock and Mankind were known as...
That's the Dudley Boys, right? No.
JBL worked under the following name. Johnny Hawk, obviously. No. That's the first answer. John Cena.
Who took out the Nexus and just who
buried the Nexus? John
JBL.
JBL. I mean, it might have on commentary, but
Robbie, I got a question for you. This is another personal wrestling question.
Yeah.
And actually, after this question, we'll head to part 3 because our time's running out here.
Right.
Say you were introducing a non-fan to wrestling. What is the first match or segment that you show them?
There's a lot of good ones.
You want me to say mine first?
If we're talking pure wrestling,
okay.
Bret Hart versus Owen Hart at WrestleMania 10.
Ooh, interesting. So mine isn't pure wrestling. Mine's more story.
Yeah.
Mine's more story because this has worked for me. I've actually done this.
Yeah.
the Daniel Bryan monster promo.
That yes.
Because as soon as I showed the person the Daniel Bryan monster promo, he wanted to watch Mania 30, and we actually watched Mania 30.
There you go.
So I can say from experience, it works. I mean, all right, we're gonna end part 2 here. Stay tuned for part 3, which will be coming out at the same time as part 2 because it's easier.
Yeah.
Where we will be finishing Wrestling Trivial Pursuit, and the winner will tell the loser what show to watch. So stay tuned to see if it's a bad show. We will see y'all in part 3.